It's Tuesday, March 20th, 2018. 2018 just seems to drone on, doesn't it? Just seems to. Maybe it's because I'm droning on. But it's Tuesday, so it's time for a song dissection. We do these every Tuesday and every Friday. And today, we're going to do the song by Offspring called Pretty Fly for a White Guy. So, and I think the song's actually called All the Girlies Say or something like that, but we all know it is Pretty Fly for a White Guy. This song was actually released November 9th, 1998. 1998. Guys, this song is almost 20 years old. Where is time going? You gotta figure when this song came out, I was 24. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that this song came out, but it's so long ago. 20 years. I guess this song did really well here in America. It also did surprisingly well in Australia, where it went platinum 4 times. This song went platinum 4 times in Australia. So the Aussies really enjoyed it. It's good for them. But I remember this. I remember the song Offspring. Most people know Offspring from playing the game, Crazy Taxi, because for some reason all of Offspring's music, the early stuff was in there. Pretty Fly for a White Guy wasn't in there. Just a lot of their other early stuff. But most people know Offspring from Crazy Taxi. But this, I think, was their biggest hit. Pretty Fly for a White Guy was a big hit for them. It made it up the charts decent here, but not screaming up to the top of the charts, but it did do very well in other places. So, we will get into the lyrics of this particular song. I always use my phone. See, I always use my phone to read off everything because it's easier than paper and writing it all down or printing it. It's just easier to have it on my phone. So there's also, if you listen to the CD, this starts out with the lyrics, and they're not written in here, and I don't know why. Undum, gleben, glauten, globen. Now, when I first heard that, and it was before I knew Offspring did that as well, when I heard that on the radio, I was listening to actually a station that was more for newer music, and I'm going, what are they playing that song? Because that's actually the beginning of a Def Leppard song. So I think it's the beginning of the Def Leppard Pyromania album. So I'm totally thrown off by it. So every time I hear the opening to this, that Undum Gliepen Glauten Globen, I always think Def Leppard first, even though, this song does it too. But they don't have it in here. Maybe it's only on the CD, but I know I heard it on the radio in front of it because I remember going, what is that? Why are they playing Def Leppard? This is current music. Def Leppard was even like 10, 15 years before this. So, let's go ahead and get into it. You know it's kind of hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue, and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up for in denial. So basically what they're saying is, I guess this is a white guy who's trying to be cool, and he's just not. But even if you tell him he's not cool, he's completely in denial about it, and he just believes that he is cool no matter what. Good for him. I mean, to have that kind of confidence must be great, but if you're not cool, it's like you're not cool. And pretending like you're cool so that you can make other people think you're cool is also not cool. It's just not cool. So don't debate a player straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. He's gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you or me, no way. No way? Now why? Why won't he do it? I don't know what that was. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you'll know you can always go on Ricky Lake. Now that is a 90s reference. There was a big surge in talk shows in like the 90s. And you had Jerry Springer and you had people like that. Ricky Lake was a big deal in the 90s. She had a talk show. She was very, very, very popular. I have no idea where Ricky Lake is now. I don't care because I didn't watch her show, but she was a big deal back then. So some of these songs, they really, really date themselves with their references because you're not telling anybody, hey, you could end up on Ricky Lake. That show hasn't been on in like 15 years. The world needs wannabes, so do that brand new thing. Well, what brand new thing? You're not even telling me what the brand... Being a wannabe is a brand new thing? No, that's been around for a long time. And then it goes, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I mean, does this baby have candy or something? And it's like instead of taking it, it's like, give it to me. Give it, give it, give it. The baby doesn't understand you. And he's not going to give you his candy. He's going to keep it. Until he drops it on the ground in the dirt. And you'll still want it because it was his candy. And he doesn't understand the concept of dirt on your candy. And all the girlies say, I'm pretty fly for a white guy. He needs some cool tunes, not just any will suffice. But they didn't have Ice Cube, so he bought Vanilla Ice. I bought Ice Cube, and I bought Vanilla Ice. I've got 3 or 4 of Ice Cube's albums, and I have To the Extreme for Vanilla Ice. So yes, I have Vanilla Ice. I should do that song. I'm gonna do that one sometime soon. The Vanilla Ice song. I'm gonna do it. But not this time. Friday. So you'll know not to watch on Friday if you hated that song and you know what song I'm talking about. You know, because he only had 1 hit. Unless you want to count Ninja Rap for... I'm not doing that one. Now cruising in his Pinto, he sees his homies as he pass. But if he looks twice, they're going to kick his lily ass. He's cruising in his Pinto. How many of you know what a Pinto is? It's the Ford Pinto. Now this is a car that hasn't been relevant in 30 years. I guess they made these things into the 80s, but they were considered one of the most dangerous cars to drive. There were instances where if these cars got rear-ended, they would blow up because their gas tanks were so close to the back of the car. Not quite the Corsair, which was, the Chevy Corsair was the car that they wrote a book out that was called Dangerous at Any Speed. Pinto's close, though. It was a death trap. So yeah, he sees his homie as he passes. But if he looks twice, they're going to kick his lily ass. How are they his homies then? Wouldn't your homies kind of be glad to see you? Do you owe them money? Did you do them dirty? Oh, don't do them dirty. And then they will do that. Now he's getting a tattoo. He's getting ink done. He asked for a 13, but they drew a 31. I still don't really understand that reference. What do you need a 13 for? What did the 13 significant? Why was that so significant? Easy for me to say. But they drew a 31. Well, 13 is an unlucky number in NASCAR. I know that. You don't really want to ever be in a green number 13 car. That used to be the thing. Then, I don't know. I think there's somebody that had the 13 for a little bit. 31, nobody really has that except Richard Childress Racing owns 31. So, way back in the day, it actually belonged to Mike Skinner. Mike Skinner reference in a Offspring talk-about thing. Friends say he's trying too hard and he's not quite hip. But in his own mind, he's the dopest trip. Back in the 90s, if you were cool, they used to call you dope. That is so dope. Yeah, my friend, I had a friend a long time ago who used to say ways out all the time. It was a little before dope, but it was like, oh, ways out. It's like, why are you saying that? But yeah, it's like they used to say, oh man, that's pretty dope. They don't say that anymore. It's a good thing because dope is now, you're either talking about marijuana or you're talking about somebody stupid. But there was a time in the 90s where it meant, oh, that's pretty cool or pretty fly. So don't debate a play as straight. You don't really, you know he really doesn't get it anyway. He's gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. Not anymore. She's been canceled for years, so you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. I don't think in 1998 Offspring realizes she wasn't going to be around forever. The world needs wannabes. The world loves wannabes. Love them. Not me. So let's get some more wannabes. There's already too many. Too many. No. Bad Offspring. Don't encourage people to be wannabes. And do that brand new thing. It's poetic. It's poetry. It's 1998 poetry. And so many 90s references. But it's a great song. Offspring did it in 1998. Find this on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you download your music from, Amazon or wherever, because it's a great song. It's a great nostalgia trip for a lot of us. It was there was a 1998. I was 24. I know I was working for another retailer that may not be around that much longer, but I used to work for them, and I just remember loving that song, and I still do to this day. It's still a great song. I still love it. So, if you like the video, give it a like. If you have any suggestions of songs that you would like to see me do, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. Even if I don't know the song, I might do it. Try to keep a song without too much cussing. I try to keep most of the cussing out of my videos. I want as many people to be able to enjoy these as possible. So I try to keep a lot of the cussing out. So, with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.